p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Thursday, November 14th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. What did, I see some comments. Is my title, did I mess something up in the title? I don't know. Let me see what it says. Not me. But welcome in, everybody. I'm not going to be able to get to all the comments. I did not think there was going to be this many people here already. I'm not going to look to see how many people, but I know it said there were 64 people here when my stream started, Julie. But yeah, so XRP, and a move that we've seen coming, and what most might see now, it'd be like, XRP went up to 84 cents. Now we don't even need the 86 because we know where it ended up going. We can delete this now. So it came up to 84.80 roughly, but now we need to back test. We need to back test and see if it's going to hold. First layer to hold, we're right there right now. So I don't want to say I tried to strategically time out this live, but I didn't come on at 6 o'clock, and now we're here right now as we hit this exact moment in time. So I felt it was better than not for us to do this together and see exactly how we can continue this rally. Now, XRP out of this ascending formation, we could say like kind of like a wedge, a rising wedge kind of broke out of, and now it's starting to come back down here to this 70, you got to be right, 75.9 cents. 75.9 cents is the first area to back test. And if we hold that, our next target's going to be up near 90 cents. Let's just put it that way, near 90 cents. The target I had today was about 85 cents, 85, 86. And we came right there. Trading with J-Ride, thank you so much for the $10 donation. And also being in Tom's Army for over 3 years with the XRP Diamond Hands badge. I appreciate that. Robert, welcome in. Tanya, welcome in. Love, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 2 years with the XRP 589 Moon badge, along with the Gatman and JW and Jerry. All 4 of you in Tom's Army for over 2 years. We'll take a look at the XRP healthcare chart because something tells me it's going to have some kind of, it's got to have some kind of move here shortly. Up 3.84% on the day. Hasn't really done much of note, but if we can get past this very critical resistance, we should be able to move up here. And if we do get to the top side of this, we still have a move up around 3.3 cents if it can materialize. And we can see how we created a secondary support structure. And for anybody who's a fan of XRP, you should really understand XRP healthcare. It's within it's not a brainchild of XRP, but it's within its ecosystem. So like a lot of us, we talk about VELO with XLM. It's not because XLM it's on the Stellar network. It's something that's there because of XLM, just like this is here because of XRP. They have a platform, which is the ledger. So that's what we've created right now. And this is a very, very bullish consolidation right now. These are very bullish consolidations. And I'm not sugarcoating it, but the short term, is going to have to take a little bit more power. But we've already got a nice measurement from right here to right here. And this would be your short-term breakout on the first tier. So much like XRP went level by level by level. And I would dare say this was like the easiest predictable one for XRP that we've ever had. Aside from 21. Only because, so 2.684 cents. We'll come back to that. But with XRP, only because so many people were on the negative side and were just saying for so long, I don't know how many of you have been watching this for the last week and a half, but every single target we put out, it's just nailed within a short amount of time. And I'm not just putting long targets. I'm putting all of the micromanaged levels as well. And, every single thing that I've done today it's been great, except for one trade I took out because of my good friend, the Guru. The Guru talked about WorldCoin, and I like the Guru. He's generally spot on. And he said he was down like 15 grand in his position because he took it out a little too early. And, he's seen something happen with WorldCoin. Well, so I said, all right, Guru, I'll take out a 3x trade and I'll risk $50. And, You know, I did it in the copy trading, and every other trade has panned out for the most part. And I figured even if I missed out on this, I'd still be up 230 bucks or whatever in copy trading. But I didn't expect it to roll over this fast. So the guru is going to have a lot of money lost. Like for me, it's going to be like, I think $47 or $50. For him, he made like a $30,000 levered trade, like at 10x. So he's not feeling so hot right now. And I put it at $2.09 just to give it time. And I only did a 3x. And the whole day I'm like, you know, I know what's going to happen here. But anyhow, I had good trades the rest of the day to outweigh that as well. So it balanced itself out. XLM, though, is only up 3.27%. I closed that trade out. I did like 18.10 or 18.6. I don't know. I had a series of different trades on XLM as the day went on. But what I'm looking at and what I'm going to capitalize on is there's two areas right now. If we look at two in particular, I like ZIL right now on this come down. When ZIL comes back down, like right now, you can start to accumulate and it should be able to hold this back test. It's coming to back test, and eventually, I think ZIL is about to erupt, like in a very big way. ZIL and DGB. So ZIL and DGB at some point here, they're going to get going. And the first area and chance is going to be right here where it's coming back down to. And then I'm going to get back to XRP. But this, if it does hold this back test, you're looking at about a 50% move here for ZIL. So if you're somebody who's been a fan of ZIL, pay attention to that level very closely. If it breaks back below it, I'd be a little surprised if the whole market just gives it all back, because I think this pullback right now is by design. I don't know how many of you have been paying attention today, but the government or the Fed, they printed, what was it, $1 billion in USDT. So, and I'm not talking about printing money into existence. I'm talking about printing digital currency, digital tether. And where do you think that finds itself? So am I surprised there's a pullback here? Guess what? This is by design. You're telling me they printed all that money today, and by their good luck, it's going to pull back 10, 15% and consolidate just so they can buy in and push up the next leg? That is some dumb, damn good luck there, I tell you what. George, thank you for the $13.99 donation. Holy smokes. His first donation, YouTube Super Chat, says, thanks for all your hard work, Tom. Oh, you're welcome. You are welcome. Sometimes it's exhausting, but like, it's not just rewarding in my channel, but it's also financially rewarding to follow it like this. DGB's down 9.04%. And it's another one that at some point here, DGB. So I'm just going to start building into DGB as we're on, what do we call it today? Thirsty Thursdays. So I think for DGB, and ZIL on these pullbacks, this is where I'm going to start. Look at this. Invert. Oh boy. That's an inverse head and shoulders on DGB. I wonder if this is going to play out. If this does, DGB is close. It hasn't done diddly squat since this move. It hasn't done diddly squat. And some of you know me by my intro from 21. XRP future millionaire with the side bet on XLM and future Digibite. OG. Whoops, I forgot about T, Julie. Hey, thank you so much. What does that say? Eiley America. I appreciate that. Joining Tom's Army made me the happiest person in the world today. What a beautiful gesture. Join Tom's Army. We know it's the first month because that's the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens. It is. It sure is. Oh, it's your picture that's blocked. It's like whatever your picture is next to your name. It's like, it's I don't know what the circle is that I put next there. It was hard to see. But anyhow, DGB, ZIL, and like with this inverse head and shoulders, I know we're so excited about XRP, but I had to get this stuff out first. Otherwise, I'm just going to talk for the next 45 minutes. We're going to go through the liquidity zones. We're going to look at the liquidations that have occurred today because there's been plentiful liquidations both ways. But look at this. Inverse head. And I think we got an inverse head and shoulders coming up here. Bam, bam, bam. Does everybody else see that? It's oof, if the, that looks so nice. Now it could do this and go. You know what? DGB's at 0.006 something. I love DGB. I love DGB. Man, it really, honestly though, when you look at this in comparison to the market, DGB has not really done anything. Big W reversal. That's a massive reversal. Massive reversal. Is there anybody in my audience that pays attention to DGB out of curiosity? So it went from a 76% push. It's pulled back 35% here. Wow. It's back testing the neckline of this whole formation. Okay. So XRP up 11.26% at 76.7 cents. It's nice to see that. It's nice to see that. I know we tapped 84, but right now our technical target, we haven't fulfilled it yet, even out of the short pattern. The technical target for XRP right now, let me get rid of this, because I feel like this is going to get in the way, because we already completed the move out of there. Although, if we back test and we hold 70, what was it, 70, we'll go through all of this. Let me get some of this out of the way, because now it's just blocking it up. We don't really need it, because it played out exactly like we predicted. So right now, our technical target out of this was 93 cents. Out of this consolidation. Obviously, we can see our inverse head and shoulders breaking out. And that descending consolidation, those are very bullish consolidations. The other thing that is very nice about this setup, and it's actually really nice about this setup, is the fact that XRP backtested not only the cup and handle before it broke out, but the rising channel it backtested. And every single layer, it broke out. And now let's see where this wick was up here before the actual break up. Yeah, so see, that even lines up with 75.28. So, I mean, if XRP holds 75 cents here, if this whole market reverses now, I'd be stunned. I know it's cut off a lot, but with all that tether being printed, so it's Thirsty Thursdays. I like DGB, and I need to buy a ton of it. And I sold it at 15 cents. I bought it back before at 0068, 0069. Sold it this year around 2 cents. And then I haven't looked back. And I told myself at the 006 level, 007 level, 005 level. And then when I went to buy it, I realized none of the exchanges I had DGB because I stopped using Uphold. Well, now I settled that and I got on crypto.com just to buy Digibyte. I don't have links or anything, but that's where I found Digibyte. And I ended up building up some funds there, and, you know, it's Digibyte. So, let's just say somewhere recently, very recently, I bought 130,000 plus DGB, and that's just going to keep growing, hopefully. Hopefully that this is the play. But it's going to be like XRP now. There's no turning back. None of that. And then like Zill's another one that I'm very hardcore. So they're both being built in a proper way, and they're gonna be it's gonna be something. But anyhow, why am I on DGB again? Oh, I wanted to show that. But XRP, let's turn this in. We were on this cup and handle. We broke out of the handle. Very bullish cup and handle consolidation. We back tested it, held. Then we had to push back into the rising channel, which we did. We back tested 66 cents, and technically, not just our technical signal, up to 90 cents from the broken pattern consolidation here on the USDT chart. That tells us 93 cents. Let's get out of this. That tells us 93 cents. And that was gathered by taking the biggest measurement out of here. This is our consolidation. And you measure the width, or the depth, and then it gives you from the breakout point, and then it'll give you a technical target. We'll move it to right here. 92.34 roughly. That's the technical target. And then if you start looking at the other charts, and that's after this long-term consolidation. This went back from August of 2023. So that's where we came up with the number 92. And then if you look here, just breaking out of the rising channel or breaking back, trying to get out of the rising channel, you have to get up to 90.89 cents. So that's a big area there around 91, 92 cents that we're going to have a make or break moment there, it looks like. And then if you realize the technical target out of the cup and handle, here, this is where it gets spicy. And this is where people start to be like, oh my God. And this is where you can see the potential. The technical target out of the cup and handle, if it plays true, is that orange line at $1.37. That's the technical target. Now, if we get up there and this plays true, the technical target out of a almost 7-year consolidation here, and for some of you who are new, you're not going to have ever seen this chart, but for the 7-year consolidation, and we ran through this for years. For years, I started doing this in 21. We've been running this whole year, I feel like. It's been about the support to resistance. But we started in March or January of 2018 up there where it says 327. On other exchanges, it did go up to 380, 370, but this is on BITUNIX, I believe. So then where you see 11.2, that took 27 months at the swing low at 11.2 in March of 2020. Then we bounced around a little bit, and at 17 cents in January of 21 was the second support. Second resistance was $1.96. I was on the air. We bought at 47, bought it down into the 30s, and then we watched it rocket, and then we sold at $1.66 when it failed to hold. Then, as you know, if you're new, if you're not new, you know this. But we bought XRP at 34 cents. Well, first we bought it at 28, flipped it at 44, 43, then bought it at 34, let it ride, and then when it came back down, bought it at 38 to add on. Now, however, some of that was bought into the XRP Bitcoin pairing, and if you were following my whatever I did, we sold after a 40% move. So I have added some at 38, but not all of that went there because some of it was profits, went into commodities, and they did very well. So anyhow, but look at this as we continue going, and it's going to blow your friggin' mind when you actually look at what's going on. And this is what I've been talking about for so long. Like when this actually plays out, it's not a matter of if, it's when, but it's a pile of crap. It's a pile of junk. Nobody should own it, right? Everybody says it'll never move. It doesn't move till it does. Remember what I always say about XRP? It doesn't move in months or years. It does it in days. It doesn't do like the rest. It doesn't need all that time. It needs all the time to build up. But when it moves, it moves. I have a strong suspicion in the very near future, we're going to be sitting at that technical target on that cup and handle. And when we get there, I'm going to say, oh my God, guys, we're almost breaking out of a massive inverse head and shoulders. And do you see it? Let me finish playing this out at 17 cents. And then we'll get into that. At 17 cents, then we're going to get into much more fundamentals. 17 cents was support 3. Right here, most critical resistance. We also had a support 4. But most critical resistance because that confirmed the pattern. Then we bounced around a little bit. There was another support here, resistance. But then we finally break out. We finally break out. Let me get that 42's there for a reason. But we finally break out here. And the technical target out of this, $5.49. Now, that's going to take time to get there, but that is the true technical target if you measure the total length and you do it from the exhaustion point. Now, I will tell you, there is a shorter target if you just take from here, because I've done this as well. I've done this measurement because who's to say that we can even take the front of the measurement? So when I do it like this, it is a slightly different target, and I've showed the audience who's here many, many times, because it starts to get you up into this early projectile level, and we need to get here first before we can do the rest. But this gets you up into a very nice range. Does anybody remember this target? If you've been part of the show, you'll remember this target. Where did we actually break out? Like right here. So now we can actually get a conclusive measurement, finally. So out of the short part of this very long consolidation, $2.23. You know what? Look at that. $2.22. You know, if I could make that number up myself, anybody who knows my little thing with the angels with 222, that you can't make up. Does anybody see what just happened here? We are being told right now what the future holds. This is gonna happen. Oh man, Noah. I've been if anybody's been watching the last week, I've been coming on laughing before all these runs happened because I could see it. I knew this was gonna happen. We all knew this was gonna happen. Even in the copy trading, even with that world shit trade, thanks Guru. But even with the world coin, oh well, maybe it isn't gonna fall out. But even if that loses $50, we're still gonna be up just in the copy trading. I don't want to talk about that. Nope, that doesn't exist. That's not part of this program, and it's not to be talked about. That'll bring us off topic. XRP though, that's the target. That is the real target. But in order to get up there at the 229, so what would that break, folks? The 2021 resistance as where? $1.98. All we have to do is look back on our map. So now we go back. Now that we know these targets, where do we start? First big target, 92 cents off of this formation. But we can say 91 as that's, we do need to look at this formation, yes. But we're going to go back too because I want to show you something that you might not be seeing because I haven't talked about it yet. But you see this? And this isn't what I'm talking about either. But this target off of here is $1.37. Or I mean, off the cup and handle is $1.18. So the cup and handle, the handle target's $1.18. The depth of the cup, the target is $1.37. You break past these targets and hold, then you have nothing. The only thing in between us are a couple resistances at around $1.70 and $1.98. And then you have that target at $2.20 something cents. We've been here for a long, long time waiting for this, folks. I haven't steered you wrong yet. And I've been doing this every single day. If you're new, I started this in March, end of March 2021. I have never missed a day. And I've done over 5,300 videos. Some call me insane. I just call it diligent. Consistency breeds a response. And without the consistency, I have no idea what I would be doing. So I just do it every day. I just do this every day as if it's my last. And I put out all the effort I possibly can. I felt like, so that's what I do. So we're going to turn this. I kind of like that. We're going to turn it white. We never use white. White is the technical target from the cup and handle. So we're going to switch. We don't need 54 anymore. We don't need 75 anymore. Well, maybe we do because that's the one target. Oops, bad time. We absolutely need 75. What am I talking about? That's probably close. I can move it when we're out of the monthly. Oh, crap. I was going to try to color code this. What color did I have this? Yellow. Okay. So this is the handle. We got to start to make this easier for ourselves to see. Handle. Right? Handle. So we're just going to color code it. The handle. So when you guys come in here and watch this with me, the handle now, the white target is the handle move. So that white target is the handle move. We don't need this because we can see it at the top. Actually, you know what? Screw this. We know what 75 is. So our target out of here on the handle is $1.18. The target off of here, which is our cup, we're going to turn the cup. Oh, that looks like hell. Nah, we can't do that. That looks so stupid. I love blue, but come on now. That looks... No, can't do that either. I guess yellow is the way it was meant to be yellow. So yellow is the cup and handle. And the target out of the cup and handle is up. You know what? What am I doing? I'm just going to turn it orange. That's beautiful. Nice. Yeah. I don't mind that. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see, though. You know what? Now I know I had yellow. Son of a bitch. All right. Yellow it is. Okay, so the yellow is the cup. And I do have it in the monthly, so it probably wouldn't look so bad in the weekly. But the yellow is the cup. So that's the target of the cup. The depth of the cup. We'll make this bigger so we can see. Make this bigger. So that's the depth of the cup. And then the rising channel. The rising channel is the interesting part. You know, this is too big. I think we can all see what this is. The white is fine, but we don't want to overshadow the rest of the chart. That would be cheesy. I know, but how does it all line up so perfectly? That's why I say, a lot of people say there's no value in technicals. I say I disagree so much. I so disagree. Let's turn this back to 2, because why should white outshine the yellow? Or the, what's the other one? I don't even know if we have any other one. So, if you're doing this by color code, the cup and handle, the cup target is up there at $1.37, which is the yellow cup with the yellow target, and the white is the handle, and the white target is $1.18. So that's where we stand right now. That's where we stand, and we're basically conditioning ourselves here to try to hold 75, which we did initially. It's 7 o'clock here, which is beautiful. That's why I wanted to be on from 6:30 on. Let's see. Casper's looking like hell. VELO. Casper, guys. Casper's got problems. And with some of those reports that came out of them kind of just taking money and running, you know, at some point it's going to have some kind of comeback, because everybody's looking at that it's a pile of shit now, right? At some point it's going to have a comeback. Where it has the comeback at, that's the question. But anyhow, I feel like we're in good shape here. XRP had a beautiful close here. Make no mistake about it. Make no mistake about it. In DGB, for the transparency of my audience, because I respect you, I bought DGB. I bought, and I'm going to tell you exactly how many it was. And I love DGB. And then we're going back to XRP. We got to go to so much stuff. We still got the heat signature. We got so much stuff. But I have to be transparent with my portfolio. I don't even know how many people are here. 304. Only 140 likes. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Do me a solace. Less than 50% of you have hit that like button. If you hit that like button, I promise you this audience will grow at a rate that you have no idea. You have no idea. And if you hit that like button, we'll be able to be recommended by YouTube. And somebody who has never seen our audience will be part of this program. I promise you. You can make such an impact for me. I can't even describe it. But let's go back to the XRP chart, because it's starting to move just a tiny bit. I have, right now, I have 138,217 digibyte. And it's a little bit over 0.06. Not much. It's like 0.62 something. And I also have ZIL. I have 58,536. And these are my spot. These don't move. You guys know how I am lock and key. Like with XRP, XLM, XRP Healthcare. And that was on a pullback here recently as well. 158, I believe it was on ZIL. So it hasn't moved. So I'm being transparent with everybody. They are in similar spots. In fact, most of my gains I had today got wiped out anyhow. So I just want to be transparent if you want to be on the same page. What about Pepe?
Pepe?
I don't. To me, that's not something that I hold. I just feel like that's one of the new school pump and dumps. And then after it hits wherever the threshold is, someone's going to get murdered. And I don't want to be that person. But I have a different philosophy when I trade. So if I use my brain power to trade the meme coins, it's not going to work out well. So anyhow, what I was saying about this when we were looking at this earlier. Hold on one sec. It's hard to see because there's so many people typing. So look at XRP from this perspective. What if it's in a very big inverse head and shoulders, and when it pulls up, let me get a clean map. Let me get a clean chart of XRP. Let's do it right here. Let's get a clean chart of XRP. We have a massive inverse head and shoulders. Massive inverse. When I say massive, it's been going on for years. Years. So if you start this, and if it's got to pull up though, you can see the short term, there's this inverse head and shoulders. You can kind of see it. Well, that's not a good way to show you, but You can definitely see it there. I can see it. Pretty sure all of you can see it too. But if we stretch this out, we'll look at this. So let's take this out into the monthly. I mean, if you go all the way back, let's say it does play out like this, we're going to all sit back here one day. If XRP comes up like this, and then it does something like this and comes out, everybody's going to say, oh my God, how could we not see it? There's other things too. There's the big W that's formed, the huge W reversal, like the all-time W that could form. There's so many things. Like this pattern, how it actually played out is remarkable. Because it gave everybody this inverse head and shoulders right here. Like, there is no debating what this was. That's why I couldn't believe how many people were saying they're selling and they're going to buy it back cheaper. Like, where we broke out of an almost 7-year consolidation with the fact that inverse head and shoulders, with the fact that we were breaking out of a cup and handle, with the fact that we were breaking back. Like, how many more signals did we need? And, like, even if you wanted to buy it and sell it today, all the skeptics that said XRP never moves, the bottom line is, since July of this year, screw July, how about this? Since November 3rd, XRP had its move to the top. From November 3rd on, it had a 74%. XRP went 74% in like 7.5 days, 8 days. So for everybody who comes in the chat every day, and you all see them, XRP never moves, XRP is a waste of money. What did they do? And how could they have not, by having that negative emotion? Look from here, just from right here. XRP from November 11th, folks, has gone up 70% in 3 days. You're telling me that instead of being a hater and you just watch and you recognize the inverse head and shoulders from the community, that you wouldn't have bought that? But no, because of the hate, it was the easiest 70% if somebody just wanted to hit it and quit it. That's not what I'm here for with XRP. But if somebody was, they could have made the easiest 70%. Hell, even now, let's say it crashed that much to them, they're still at 55.6% in such a short amount of time. Such a short amount of time. Just how the future of crypto innovation and regulation is already. Yep. I did see Brad Garlinghouse will be speaking tomorrow at 3. That's good info. Hey, I'm not telling you when to sell. There's going to be pullbacks everywhere, but, you got to make an educated and informed decision. And for the guru's sake, I hope this WorldCoin turns around. Like, I almost feel bad saying, oh, it's $50. Like, I almost feel like I should have a bigger stake because if this turns south on him, he can't. No, I don't want it to turn south. He's done a good job in his portfolio. I'd hate for him to lose like 30 or 40 grand. He's already down like 30 grand. He was down 15 when it was at 220 something earlier, 234 or something. But because nothing's certain in the market, there is no certainties in the market. And for anybody who says there's a sure thing besides XRP, they're right. No, because depending on when you buy it, XRP is not a sure thing, right? It depends if you have the mindset. But I wait for days like this. I really, really wait for days like this. And if you're part of my audience and you've always considered joining Tom's Army and you wanted to see if I was actually worth joining it, well, today I think it paid hand over fist, and I think we could get a few members of Tom's Army. We could get some people joining. I see a lot of people asking questions, but honestly, I've gone through a lot of stuff, and generosity sees generosity, if you know what I'm saying. So, I got a straight, narrow path that I'm going to take. So, pay it forward mentality is always appreciated, and it gets us a lot farther. Let's just put it that way. So, I want to look at this real quick. I want to look to see what kind of liquidations we're looking at. I want to see what kind of mojo we're looking at here for XRP. So, let's go into the liquidations here because I think this is important. Ooh, look at all those. Oh, this is perfect. Look at all these longs that were liquidated here. And shorts. Look at that. Look at how beautiful that is. Even on this push up, we've saw a 50-50 split on longs versus shorts. That is unbelievable. This is what you want to see. This is a perfect mixture. And most of those 50% long liquidations came from people seeing it break 78, 80, probably when it broke 80 and they said we're never going to get in and we're going to take a long, a leverage long. They got liquidated on the pull to almost 75. Guarantee it. Look at the liquidations. That's huge. That's a 50-50 split basically over here. That's on the 14th. See, the 13th is where I'm excited about. Oh, no, the 13th would have been the pullback from, well, whenever it happened, there was an even split. So that is what we want to see. And then we'll get a new update here shortly. But there's more short liquidations than longs here. Not even by much, though. Like, there's going to be a lot of liquidations here. It's going to be fun to watch. Well, maybe not if you're in it and you get liquidated. Brian, what did that say for Brian? Brian, the person reading this is awesome. Brian, thank you so much for the $5 donation and a $50 donation. Appreciate you, man. I got liquidated bad, but believing in the long-term vision. Hopefully no more drops to 70 cents. Oh, see, that's the problem. I hope you all become millionaires. We don't want anybody getting liquidated here, folks. You know, we don't want anybody getting liquidated. That's the danger in the leverage trading side. But I greatly appreciate those donations. Like, that is unbelievable. I can't remember the last time I seen a $50 donation. Can you, Julie? Julie, do you? Okay. I don't either. Incredible. Tanya says, join Tom's army, guys. He is the most honest technical analysis around. Been with him well over 2 years. Thank you, Tanya. I do my best. And if you go back this last week for the videos, you don't even need to know anything about technical analysis. And you could see how easily you could trade this market. And I put it all out in front of us before it happens every single day and in real time. Let's see. This is my favorite Bitcoin heat signature map because it in real time will give me a big setup of where there's a lot of liquidation. So I got to take a short look here at like the 1 day. See if there's anything Bitcoin could grab even if it wants to go down farther. Because we're getting close to some real strong liquidation zones. Let's see. So we created a big pile up. Okay, see, this is good. This is, okay, I see what's going on here. You see, if this plays out like I'm thinking in my head, and the last time I said this, it played out like I was thinking in my head from, about a week and a half ago when it looked like the Bitcoin market or was about to break everything, the balls of the whole market. And I said, this is not about to break down. This is about to go ballistic. I think we could be heading back to that kind of a time here real quick. So it's hard to see in the 2 week. Let's go into the 1 week and see. And I'll show you what I mean here. We created a nice, strong liquidation zone here that might be very beneficial for Bitcoin to come up here. I mean, very beneficial. Okay, it's still hard to see it. You could call it kind of like a golden pocket up there. But it's not, by definition, a golden pocket. But right now, you see how it kind of looks like a top? We've topped. But which one was it? The 1 day that was showing that glaring? I think it was the 1 day. So there's been a lot of heavy shorts here is what's going on. A lot of people have gone short. Yeah, right here. Man, that's glaring. There's one right here that we almost touched. 222 million was right there. We almost touched in there. But now look up here. If Bitcoin has another rally, and that almost looks like a big W reversal, does it not? Could that be a W reversal? Could this be a W reversal? Why isn't this working? Hey. It's supposed to work. I guess everything's blocking my, where I have to press that. Anyhow, that could be a big W reversal forming right here. And there's a lot of liquidation up here, so we formed massive liquidity up around 92K. So that we've formed leverage enough if we want to push up there and push up all the way to the technical zone at like 120K. Right now, we still haven't fulfilled the 95K. But if we want to come back up here, that's a big W forming here. That's a big W. Let's go into the Bitcoin chart. Wow. Like, I honestly didn't even notice it was that big like that until just now. I'm going to get rid of these lower targets because we already hit the 73 target. And we already know what all those were there. The measurements of the megaphone, yada, yada, yada. Or I mean the megaphone. But on the consolidation, now all we have left is 95,000. We've already hit this. I mean, it's amazing. Bitcoin has already ran through all of our targets except the last one at 95,677. But that was just a primitive target. That's not even a real target. So really, our next big target's 121. We broke through the handle targets already. So if Bitcoin plays us out too, that's why I keep saying XRP seems to be way behind Bitcoin. And if it gets to where Bitcoin's at right now, XRP would be sitting at around, conservatively, that $1.18, $1.20 mark. So, I don't think we're done yet. I don't think we're done yet. And the weekly, look how it looks. And then if you start looking at it like this, like I don't know. It doesn't seem done yet. In fact, it seems like if it wants to, and it's a very big if, you have to have foresight here and a little bit of vision. But let's see if this could possibly... What am I doing? I can't find this. All of a sudden, oh, there it is. So, what if it comes around and swings? I mean, that looks like crap. Excuse me, that's terrible. Let me redraw this so it at least looks like what I need it to look like. Okay. They always move with the brushes. It's so annoying. Anyhow, so boom, boom. Well, now what if it swings? If it swings here, there is a chance, and it's a chance, that Bitcoin could be faking us out right now. And we'll know, because if it's going to do that, you're going to have these ends meet right now. Watch this. Watch how beautiful technical analysis is. Oh, we got to change that. See, you'd have to break right back through that resistance now that was formed. So, hey, you want to know whether or not Bitcoin's bullish or bearish still? I can't tell you, but the chart can. Hey, what happened? Why isn't it changing this? Oh, it grabbed. But if it hits this, and it breaks up, but right now we talked about how there was a rising wedge forming. So, I mean, we broke down initially out of this consolidation. But if this is faking us out, it could come right back in. So we're about to find out. Bitcoin should come right up here and retest 89,500. So that's we'll see if that's forming that or if it topped. Not long term, just short term. I find it hard to believe though, because they printed all that money. They printed all that money and they're going to be putting it into use very quickly here. Should use the members only on a depth of our little side crypto give TA request. I could do that, but I'd rather do it in an open forum if I'm being honest. Make the most of my time. Not that I don't like to talk to the members of Tom's Army, but I think there's a lot more use that can be with my time with just putting it out here. But I mean, I don't disagree. Just I put in a lot of time on this already, so the additional time is going to be hard. Let's just put it that way. I can't think of many other people that do 3 updates a day and a live. Well, at least 2 on a live. There's people, though. But XRP right now up almost 1%. Sitting in a pretty good spot. We know our big consolidation zone. Oh, that's why I had that up there. Now it makes sense. Remember the chart I had with the 75 support when we were breaking out of this pattern? That's why I had it up there. Now it makes sense. I mean, it's not like it's the hardest thing to draw back, but now it makes sense. So before we broke out, we had this. Man, look how it back tested that. If it holds this, that actually... I think this is what we were excited about when we started the live, now that I think about it. because it actually back tested it perfectly. Then we can get excited because then you can see the target here on an actual breakout. Because it did break out. Something like that. And that's how we were trading earlier. That's how, if we broke out of this, and it's funny because XRP initially looks like it broke out, right? But if you go back and look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin had the same kind of pattern, but it fell out. So Bitcoin fell out, and XRP, actually, no, that's not true. No, that's not true. This is the second part of it. That's what I'm trying to say. The first side, it broke out like XRP, and then it turned out to be a fake out. That's what's going on. That's what I wanted to get to. There. Thank you for remembering, Tom, before it ended. Look, we had an initial breakout on Bitcoin, and it ended up being a fake out. So that's what it is. We have to make sure XRP holds 75. And if it does, that means Bitcoin faked us out here, and then it comes right back through to the top side. You know, it tried to fake us out. But we're all over this. We know what's going to happen either way. If it continues this breakdown, does anybody want to know the short target on a breakdown? If it actually becomes a little bearish here? And you know, I'm not saying you want Bitcoin to go bearish here, but I am saying you might want Bitcoin to go bearish here if you want the altcoins to pump. I didn't say that. 85K roughly. 85K if it does come all the way down. Now, I'm not projecting that. I'm just saying. But I think, with what I'm seeing with Tether, I would be shocked if Bitcoin doesn't pump. And in fact, I don't really want to say that because we can see how it broke down from here. But there is a compelling case to be made here that if we can pull back up, we got a big move. And we already know the technical target here on Bitcoin breaking out of the cup and handle has not been met. The technical target's up over 100 and something thousand. But what was the target that I said Bitcoin still needs to hit? Now I'm starting to think, and it always happens like this. I start doing the technicals and then it just happens to line up like you can't make this up. If it goes up, it's 95,000 and we still need to hit that area. But if we come down, we still have that target as well at 84,911. So, interesting indeed. Interesting indeed the way this market plays out, isn't it? I think so. I think so. The Crypto Fear and Greed Index, while I still have time to talk. And I appreciate 276 of you still being here. Unbelievable. It's incredible. Incredible. People saying it's going to be a rotational pump this year. So probably. Let's see what the Fear and Greed is. Crypto Fear and Greed Index is at 80. Extreme Greed still. Yesterday it was 88 Extreme Greed. And remember, when it was in greed, I told everybody for this particular pump, you need greed. What we had coming. So it was good to see it in greed. It's also good that we can see open interest. Let's look at this real quick. I think I forgot to look at open interest for XRP. But it was rising steadily every single day. I mean, there's a lot of money coming in. There's a lot of money coming in the Bitcoin futures open interest. But let's go to XRP open interest. And I know which one I want. I just need to type this in real quick because I closed it on accident. Right here. So, open interest was up 19.13% today. That's a lot of open interest here. A lot of open interest. 964 million about. Funding rates, I'm assuming. Oh, one's gone negative now on Kraken. Liquidations, let's take a look at it from here. So we can see in the last 24 hours, long liquidation 7.1, short liquidation 7.1. That's a 50-50 split. This is good if we're trying to... Tomorrow's going to be historical. I can feel it in my bones. Well, this is good for continuation, folks. And if you're looking to take a trade, a risky one on XRP, 75 cents is that area. If you're a leverage trader that, You know, that's where you could kind of see if you have any testicular fortitude. I know I do for some. John, thank you so $50 donation. Whoa. That's awfully generous of you, my friend. John, not only in Tom's Army for over, what is that, 6 months with the XP Predictor, a $50 donation, his first YouTube Super Chat says, Tom, thanks for the profits. Would really appreciate likely retracements at the various upcoming targets, a big part of our family strategy. Excellent, John. And thank you for the pay it forward mentality. I'm glad you have profits. That's unbelievable. That makes me so happy. So the long to short ratio right now, the 5 minute is 67.09% to 32.91% to going short. And then from the 30-hour, 4 and 1 day, the daily, it's a 2.02 to 1 long versus short ratio, 66.89% going long, 33.11% going short. It's the tightest we've seen in about 2 weeks. About the tightest we've seen in about 2 weeks. And that can give you an ability and an edge if you can see something transpiring in the market like we did, and then you see the more and more people in the derivatives market going long. That's good for the initial push up, because then every time it drops down, you have a lot of liquidations on the long side, and on the first initial pump up, you have all those, the 32% of shorts are getting wiped at back. And then it was back then it was about 22 to 24%. But I get a lot of messages now saying, what are we buying XRP now? It's like, for I don't know how many weeks and months we've been talking, but we talk about the accumulation zones. And every time it dropped below 50, if you weren't a holder, that's an opportunity. If you're already a holder and you have it like me at 34, I was waiting for under 40 and it came to 38. Took an opportunity. I don't buy in any of the other spots because I know where to buy XRP. It's history. I think it's one of the easier tokens to hold and trade. It just takes patience because it sits in an area for so long that even if you only have $50 a week to accumulate, you could have got 10,000 tokens over this and had an average probably somewhere under 50 cents if you did it properly for about a 7-month stretch. I mean, that's very interesting. It's interesting, all of the stuff that's happening too. It's very interesting, all at the same time. But I would be compelled to think it could go to 75. I had already hit it once though, remember. And Bitcoin is up 868 points, and it looks like it might do something. The World Coin, and I'm riding it with the Guru. Me and the Guru are riding this. Although he has, what, 35,000 at stake. I've got a whole $168 with a $52 risk since I only did a 3x. But he was so confident that this was getting ready to pop, and, you know, we'll see. But I definitely see an inverse head and shoulders if it wanted to play out. There's some nice descending consolidation here. But if it's going to do it, preferably, it could do it and flip it now. Make a big reversal. But, hey, you know, sometimes it's about camaraderie. Sometimes it's about camaraderie. You don't even know who I am, but, you know. A lot of you bought in during the blah, blah, blahs. Yeah, I bought in. Yeah. Well, you guys were here with me. If you were watching, that's when I had it. And remember, I sold at $1.66 and said I will not buy until it's under 40 cents. Got laughed at. And I even predicted it was going to go to 52 on the nose the first drop. I wish we could go back in the archive and watch some of it. It's in here. But you just have to dig through 5,000 something videos. But DGB, I'm so happy that I followed my gut. And now I have the, remember I wanted over 100,000 DGB. Went a little overboard. ZIL did what I wanted. XRP XLM, I've done what I've wanted. Healthcare, I've done what I wanted. We have Doge. Julie in particular has Doge. I bought it, sent it back to her. And she's had it on Robinhood for quite some time now. Since 9 cents, I sent it to her. We bought it at 5 cents. But, so, and I know she'll never sell it. So she's the perfect person to hold on to the Dogecoin at 37 cents. It's awesome. Yeah, Julie at first, she had small amount in it at 0.0000 whatever it was. And she was one of the people that made like what was it? A couple thousand%, Julie. It was insane. And then on the Saturday Night Live debacle, we sold it. And then I bought it back for her when Doge was at 5.2 cents. They allowed support on the Robinhood wallet from my exchange finally, and I sent it to her. And yeah, she's been holding it for a while. Now she's up just from the 9 cents. On her account, it shows, what, 300, about 300 and something percent she's up. So it's spectacular. Spectacular. Anyhow, but that's all of crypto. If you know and you understand, that's why I don't like to swing trade different tokens that I don't like. And I don't like to hold things that I don't appreciate, because if I like them, I'm going to hold them. And like with XRP, there's no reason for me to sell. We haven't hit the bull market yet. And see this back test? This is what we're talking about. If there's a spot to buy this, it's on the back test. Is that a little bull flag that formed here? I don't know. Nah, maybe not that big, but I don't know. I don't know. If you look at this properly, does that... kind of looks like it. Even if it's bearish, it kind of looks like it. Can retest 80 cents. But who knows? Who knows? In 5 to 10 years, it will be a big deal, though. Oh, it sure will. That's why I keep telling everybody, you're all so early. Well, it's not as early today as it was when we kept saying this for months. But when you look back at this in the year, like when I'm 45, 46, 47, probably 47, because I'm going to be 41 in December this year. When I'm 47 and I look back at this, I'm going to say, man, all those people we tried to tell, and now they're sitting here saying, I can't buy 10,000 of these. I can't even buy 1,000 of these. You know, or 7 years down there when I turn, I just know what it's going to be. And I always say it's not about the final destination. It's about the journey. Because if you miss the journey, what does the final destination mean? There's so much to have had that you could have done during the actual journey. By the end, you know, it's already too late. But what's the March high on XRP? All right, let's go back a little bit. I think we're going to daily. I think we should be able to find it. Right here. That's that. What is that? Let's put this here for our good friend. That's the 75 cents. That's the important part of it. That's why we keep talking that 75. Isn't it funny how everything lines up there? Does everybody see how all the numbers always line up where it's meant to be? So now we're on the top side of that. So even here, going back to the March high of 75 cents, it's crazy. Isn't it crazy how all these numbers always match up? You okay? I think I can actually move this down a little bit. It's like 70. No, it's 75 cents. That's November of 23. The March high is a little bit lower at 70. That's right there. That's so funny. We'll just put it right here. But no, the November high is just above it. But yeah, the high of this year was we broke the high of the year at 74 cents. If you want to put it like that. We broke the high of the year. And now we back tested it. See how that all... Man, it's so crazy. Hey, I appreciate that, AS. I really appreciate that. TradingView shows it at 78.49. It depends what chart you're on. Every chart is different. But look at this volume. That volume predicts price. Holy smokes. That volume is rising like a son of a gun. Man, if you wanted to take a shot here, what are we looking at here? You could play this exhaustion. It's given us enough where Although you want to be below. See, that's the problem right here. You would have to have this in a way where you could let it play that 75 clean. Man, that looks like a nice reversal there. Like Bitcoin, like I've been saying this whole lot, I don't necessarily think it's done. And WorldCoin at $2.22 is telling me Tom, the guru, knows what he's talking about. He's the guru after all. I love that guy. I mean, we're pretty much straightforward here. This is awesome. The way that we've come out the gate is awesome. Nope. Haircut, I said the first spot to get a haircut, as you can see how long it is now. It's in a pony. But I guess I can show everybody how long it is. Ready? How long is my hair? I promised the audience I wouldn't cut my hair until it at least hit $1, but preferably all-time highs. And that was back in July of last year. So I don't plan on cutting it, though. I think I'm just going to let my hair keep growing until XRP overtakes Bitcoin in the market cap. I mean, in price. But that'll never happen. I don't think I want to cut my hair. I think my hair is going to be the mascot for our channel. Why is your hair so long? Well, it took XRP a long time to get to where we wanted it. Doge is having a lovely reversal. Ooh. Somebody said he took the, make XRP great again, said I took the pledge with you back then and haven't cut my pubes since then either, brother. Hey, you know, top of the head or, you know, bottom of the head, I suppose. Either way, part of the team. But XRP right now, I mean, what did we say coming out of this? This back tested perfectly. Well, maybe not perfectly. I mean, it perfectly on that consolidation. Man, interesting times we're here. It looks like we could just shoot up here. Come on, XRP, you can do it. XRP. Doge got me into crypto. I made good money from Doge. Then I was hooked. Yep. Only takes one to get you hooked. Only takes one good trade. Doge up 3.5% right now, Julie. 37.6 cents again. Zill, I'm glad you asked. Zill, I have recently purchased 53,000 shares for my spot that'll sit here until it does what it needs to do. Zill, I have high hopes for. Very high hopes. And I actually think it could be in a very nice bullish consolidation here. As long as we don't give back. And it's actually higher. And I was trying to say this earlier, but then I got off. This is higher. The back test is actually higher. I think that's pretty good. I think Zill is ready. I get this gut feeling. Zill is on the back test. If you weren't in it, you'd want to buy the back test. And then you ride it. Like, if you're buying some of these, like, if you think they're just going to end, I think we got another thing coming. Like, Zill, when it's ready, this is nothing. Once it breaks out of here, like from here, that 44% move is nothing. When Zill's ready to move, it's not like XRP 80%, 100%. When Zill moves, you're talking... Zill is always my sleeping giant. Everybody knows this if you've been watching the 21. I will buy it at the bottom of destitute, and I will wait for it to erupt, and all of a sudden, one day, 1 week, it'll go up 1,400%. This is going to be my baby. You watch. This or DGB. One of the two are going to lead to a big game, but they're probably both going to. But Zill has fallen so far, it's actually mind-boggling. I'm so glad I listened to myself back here and just waited and just did what I needed to do after and didn't try to rebuy and sell and buy and sell. Zill was up to 22 and 22 and 25 cents and 21. You want to talk about where it's come down from? And I remember I used to tell everybody, I'm going to buy all of these 90, 95% down. And after I sold all my stuff in 21 and 20, and then in 22 with some of it that I rebought and did whatever, and sold after the big top on some of these, I said, I'm going to buy all this 95%. I know some of you were here. So, did you see the news about the lawsuit, how a ruling will be happening in... Yeah, this isn't... hold on, let me finish reading that before I say something. We already know about the January. We've already discussed that in length. Very deeply. Not today, but in the past. But I want to see what the end of that comment said. Happening January with the judge suggested. Yes, this isn't news today. If I've seen that news. Yeah, we've talked about it in the community weeks ago. When we found this. I think it might have been like 10 days ago now, roughly. This is all adding up for a reason, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, this is just the beginning. And like, this is just the short consolidation for ZIL. Like, if you want to look at this, like, how the potential here, it's enormous. Like, ZIL, if you don't know about the Zaliqua network, I think you're missing out. I've been saying this for years. When it gets to the right spot and we take advantage, I mean, there's simply no other place to go now. With what Bitcoin's doing, it's slapping us in the face because we already had the premature breakouts on everything. And I say that because then they have to backtest. If they backtest and you don't pay attention and you miss that chance, it's like XRP. You don't know when and if it's going to come back down to 40 cents now. This time could be different. You don't know what's going to happen. If Bitcoin goes up to 110, 120, and XRP goes up to 130, 140, it's not going back to 40. Adam says, when I first saw you, I didn't like you because I love these kind of comments because this makes a lot of sense. This is exactly why most people won't watch my content. He said, and I respect this comment gratefully. I really respect this kind of a comment. He said, when I first saw you, I didn't like you because I watched all hype and you said XRP was going down. It wasn't until it did what you said that I started watching you. Now I respect you. Adam, I love it. Thank you so much, Adam. Because I remember when I was like, I'm like screaming. I'm like, when everybody's walking that way and telling you it can only go up and doing this and that, and you got one asshole that you don't even know and he has no reason to say it, and he's over here saying, listen to me. And he's getting all pissed off and he's basically crying because nobody will listen to him and they're about to lose all their money. And you should probably listen to that guy. I had nothing to gain and everything to lose by saying the truth. And trust me, my audience cut in half. Maybe 3/4. They were all so pissed. But I wasn't going to lie. For what? And now look at this. Look at ZIL. Look at ZIL. I'm sorry, but there's going to be some that make me so much money. I at some point, I can't tell you when. This is just the short-term inverse, but boom, head, and then this builds up, comes down, builds up. I'm telling you, I'm watching this in slow motion right now. I feel like if it breaks up, that's a left arm. That's a head. The future right shoulder is going to be something like that. Now, and I'm telling you right now, if this plays out like this, get ready. Oh, yeah, when the other side of the world wakes up, it's going to be very interesting. Yes, I bought ZIL and DGB on Crypto.com. That's why I opened Crypto.com. No joke. It's the only reason. For DGB, and then I seen ZIL was on there. So I sent over funds. And it gave me... I waited for the breakout and backtest. And on ZIL, we've got the backtest. It's happening as we speak. And I couldn't pass it up. I could not pass it up. When it did this right here, boom, boom, I couldn't pass it up. So that's where I got the 159. So you guys know, I'm not hiding it from my audience. That's what happened. And then with DGB, it's similar. I mean, it's so similar here. And, oh my God, if this breaks out, Lord have mercy. This is a huge inverse head and shoulders. It's so hard to see with how I have these charts. But here, let me delete all of this. Delete this. Delete the short term because it made it even bigger. And these have all been long-term consolidations. So long. And I'm trying to let XRP play out a little bit. My God. Oh, I know my baby's going to have a move here soon. I know it. Some things you can just see. And it consolidated so perfectly. So perfectly. I can put this back. This is where once it got here, I'm like, okay, now we're talking. Now we are talking. And now as long as we hold that, I mean, we're talking. We are cooking. So right here, when it came this wick, when it did this, and I'm like, if this is a fake out, you know, I'll never live it down if it doesn't hit it. So it was like 6.3 something, 6.4. So that, if I'm lying, you know, you guys can see it. So, and that's what I'm standing with here. A couple $1,000s are in those two positions. You know, it doesn't have to be a bank breaker, but it has to be what I envisioned. So I sold 10,000 approximately of both of them when I sold them back when I did in 21 and then 22 respectively. And now I have 13 times the amount of DGB. And here's the kicker. When I bought 10,000 tokens of DGB, it was $500. I sold it for 1,500. I bought 130 something thousand for 1,000. So I bought 13 times more for twice as much as I bought for 10,000. So, you know, it's all about perspective, folks. And look where this is back testing. All about, in a few days, when we come back and revisit this, and everybody says, I can't believe I didn't see that coming. I'm going to say you didn't need to see it coming. We got eyes everywhere. You just got to listen. And then that's why I say the leverage. Don't worry about leverage. Spot, baby. Spot. Spot. You hear all the horror stories. XDC is all about... XDC is one, too, that's about to go ballistic. About to go ballistic, I think. I mean, I've already been targeting this for a long time, that this was going to play up in an inverse head and shoulders. It's just taken forever to play up. We talked about this for a long time, but 3.5 is coming. It looks like a nice bull flag set up here as well. Might have to come down to 2.85 possibly. See if it can hold that small area, but yeah. Did somebody say is DGB a good buy or DGB is a good buy? I think DGB and ZIL are both similarly lined up to where they've been waiting a long time. And that's my projection if it plays out properly. If it does, Lord have mercy. Every time you see ZIL go up 1.5 cents, you know I've doubled my money. Every time you see DGB go up not even 0.7 cents, you know I've doubled my money. You know, and these ones move hot when they do. They move hot. And yeah, it could break down, but guess what? If it does, it's where you can buy more. I don't think they printed all that money into existence today for no reason, folks. I'm just saying. Thoughts on Pepe value? I don't watch Pepe enough to even comment on it. It doesn't interest me, to be honest. I just see too many of the schlubzers, or the ones who push stuff that have no basis. And I see all the typical channels I would expect pushing it, so it made me lose interest. Because I know once it gets to the top, it's going to be an extraordinary rug pull. Just like the reason I don't have a lot of interest in GOAT is because I know every time it gets to a certain point, it has a huge rug pull. And then if you buy it at the top, it's probably going to cost every single person 90% of their money. I'm glad you got a 1X. That's excellent. That's excellent. That's what you have to do in the meme tokens. AMP, somebody asked me about. I love AMP. Love it. Love it. I love it and hate it at the same time. Love it and hate it at the same time. See, AMP's tough. AMP's tough because it's got like kind of a multi-layer. Because it gets these big wicks, you have to acknowledge the wicks. So you actually have a bigger diameter to break out with AMP. So, I mean, there's a lot more wide. It's like a 3D replica when I look at AMP all the time, so it's confusing. But, like, it really is because you get these artificial breakouts that end up coming all the way back. And they do it everywhere across the chart, so. But once it breaks out, this is a... Oh. This is another one that tends to have huge moves when it happens. Boom. I'm seeing too many of these inversions now. Too much of this inverse head and shoulders across the board. If they play down, AMP would probably have to, no, I can't even play that far down. But if it played down, it could retest down here. Maybe something like this. If it retested. If it retested, obviously it'd be a big if. That would be a market shakedown. But if it does shake out, I mean, you could look at something like that if it goes wider, just so you have something to look at. Yeah, Zill's hard to find. I couldn't get it on BITUNIX unless it was in the derivatives market or the futures market, which I didn't want it in futures. So I opened crypto.com for Digibyte, but they have Zill as well. So I was very happy about that. We've got XRP over 79 cents. So we were properly reading that signal. We properly read that signal. We were talking about 80 cents, remember? That even if it was bearish, it could come up to 80 cents XRP. And now we're basically at 80 cents. But we haven't filled the targets yet. These targets are unfilled. So now we need to see if we can break 80 and then push to 90. But I'm XRP Future Millionaire. I got to get going here. It's been over an hour. Hour and 16 minutes. Holy crap, it's been that long, Julie. Hey, what's T doing? Is he still out? Oh, okay. But man, oh man. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Uma doesn't get a lot of attention. Been looking at that. Interesting. I've actually looked at that in the not so distant past. I'm tired. The guru's hurting right now. The guru is hurting if this pulls down. Cost me $50 too, guru, and my audience. You bastard. Uma has the inverse head and shoulders, but it's back testing the neckline right now. So when you look at this with the way this inverse head and shoulders is, this is for everybody in the audience. You need to hold this. That would be an appropriate retest of the neckline, in my opinion. As long as it holds that, it's fine. It's fine. That'd be a proper retest. It's breaking out of an inverse head and shoulders in the short term. Sometimes it backtests the inverse breakout at the neckline. So as long as it doesn't break that inversion, it's fine. So, but yeah, I got to go, everybody. Have a blessed evening. Thank you all so much for all the support. If you're looking to trade XRP or your favorite crypto in the crypto worldwide, you can do that. I have the links in the video description below here. I encourage you to do it and find an exchange that you actually don't have to be charged an arm and a leg. For the leverage and the spot, I love BITUNIX. They're my favorite. It's obviously my favorite. We do copy trade there. I don't encourage you to do it. Let's see. I'm going to tell you what we are if I lose the $50. Or if we lose that WorldCoin trade, I'll tell you what we would be. But that's it. I'm only going to tell you what it is if we lose, not if we if it comes back or whatever. So right now we're up 240. No, that's in the last 7 days. So all time right now we're up 143% or $245. The WorldCoin. Oh, it's at $2.20 now. But my entry price is $2.22. And it would be a total of about $45 to $50 in totality of a loss. And if you take that off, we'd be up about $210 by the end of this. So, you know, there's opportunity. But like I said, I don't encourage you to do the leverage side. I encourage you to do the spot. Try to pay attention and, you know, do what you need to do. But yeah, so BITUNIX, that's worldwide. You can buy XRP, do what you got to do. There's HOTCOIN. They have VELO, they have Casper, and they have a few others that BITUNIX doesn't have. And yeah, yada, yada, yada. So I appreciate everybody. I know this is a long live, but could you check a retracement? Yeah, we checked the retracement multiple times. 75 cents. If XRP needs to retrace, 75 cents would be the retracement. That's the March. That's the high of this year is at 74.65 approximately. And then the back test is at 75 cents from the pattern breakout, roughly. So 74.65. As long as we hold 74.65. No, I mean, oh, future levels. Gotcha. Yeah, that's pretty, to me, that's pretty, It's speculative at best what they would be, but because we don't know the setup, so I can't tell you a proper level. You could get that move to $1.18, which is the breakout of the handle, and then a back test of the rising channel at 90.8. That could be a big back test, something like that, an overzealous one. I would suspect, though, the bigger retest would be once we fulfill this pattern up here to $1.37, then we could back test $1.18 handle, and then if it holds that, then we'll go by layer. We know we've got this up here at $1.97 and then 220 something. Different parts of the descending consolidation over time. So I think our first big retest, if we do break out, after we hit the cup and handle in totality and measure the depth of the cup, when we hit 137, I think we'll backtest to at least 118. I don't even think there's a question about that likely. But if we're so far out, I can't tell you that. It's just speculation. We need to see the setup in the short term to tell us that short-term consolidation. But I'm glad that this is moving up so quick because this is what we talked about at the flip for XRP. CA sent, or JT sent $27.99. He says, you offer the most accurate XP analysis on the internet. I appreciate that. That was very nice. I appreciate the pay it forward mentality as well. That's why I put everything out for free. I feel like if I do it properly, over time, you know, people pay it forward and it happens. We get some slow times, we get some hot times like today. But I believe most people are good if you allow them to be. That's why we do positivity over negativity here. We're not the victim here. We never have been and we never will be. We play the winner because if you want to be the winner, and we are the winner, you have to have all the information from an education and news perspective and along with the charts to make a proper decision. Didn't we say, even if bearish, we would touch 80 cents here after the flip? We've done that now. So this is exactly what we talked about at the start. Even if bearish, we could come up to 80 cents and retest that 80 cent point. With XLM, we're trying to break out of this still. XLM, for all intents and purposes, is behind XRP. It's behind XRP. And we actually, this was the breakout point. We created another layer of consolidation now, which now we have to go through 2 layers of resistance. And if you understand, you understand. If you don't, just pay attention to what I'm saying. When we broke up, we created another resistance. We have 2 tops now. Now, if we come back up, we have to make sure that we don't get rejected there and we continue to consolidate here. We don't want to act like Bitcoin and then break back in. XRP pushed up. We have to make sure this does as well. XRP has another catalyst, though. It got listed on Robinhood. But XLM always follows. And doesn't that look like... You know what? I like XLM. You all like XLM. I think we all like XLM. Boom. Swing around. Now, as long as this holds, you can... XLM is in great shape. As long as we don't lose 12.2 cents. So, again, it's coming back into range where you could technically be like, you know, I'll take a 5x small leverage trade. And then if it does break down, we can minimize the risk at a 5x. That's about a 40% move. If you normally do like a $200 or $300 trade, maybe limit it to 100, since that's your exposure or your maximum loss potential anyhow. But it's gonna, there is some risk here. But you also don't want to give it back to the house. So I wouldn't encourage a 10x trade if you were going to try to do it here. But at the same time, we talked about the fact that XRP 80 cent rejection could be bad. So, you know, as far as a consolidation back to 75. So, one more thing before I leave, we're gonna sing real quick, and then I really have to go. Really have to go here after this. It's been an hour and 24 minutes. I'm so happy that we're able to do this together. But ladies and gentlemen, if you know, I know what time it is. Do you know what time it is? Well, once we clear out all these suns from the past, we will know exactly what time it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I know what time it is. You know what time it is. And no, we're not sad today, but we're very, very happy. Ladies and gentlemen, the sun, sunny days are here again. Oh, sunny days. Oh, what a day. Oh, sunny days. Oh, what a day. I wear glasses 'cause I can't see a motherfucking thing. Happy days, oh happy days, oh what a day, oh happy days, oh what a day. XRP will reign supreme. Let's just not get caught in the FUD. Oh, we're gonna crash and we did, then we rose and we rise and we raise and we rose and we rise and we raise and we rose. Oh yeah. Stay true, stay blessed, stay away from all the FUD. It's so true, it's all around. XRP will succeed. I mean, it really will. You just gotta pay attention. Don't get caught up in all the nonsense. This guy's very happy today. Hell, he's even got some hands today. He says, damn, I'm happy. I grew some arms. Yeah. Looks like a machete. He's cutting down the FUD. All right. But he's happy. Very happy. There, you guys can see my signature. There you go. That's my real signature in life. There you go. So have a blessed evening, everybody. Pay attention if XRP does come back down. 75. I think it's 74.2 or 74.4, the 2024 high. If it back tests and holds that, look out. Look out and look out. Have a blessed evening.